American Top 40.
We're counting down the 40 top hits in the USA as determined by Billboard magazine. Now, let's find out whatever happened to the group that many people regarded as the successor to the Beatles. The four men who hit number one with the song My Sharona. Whatever happened to the Knack? You know, back in the summer of 1979, everywhere you went, there was one song you were sure to hear, My Sharona by the Knack. It was number one for 6 weeks that summer. The Knack were greeted with the same sort of excitement that greeted the Beatles many years before. In fact, the Knack's first album, Get the Knack, even looked a lot like the Beatles' first album, Meet the Beatles. But after hitting the top spot with My Sharona, the Knack quickly ran out of steam. Their follow-up, Good Girls Don't, hit number 11. Then came Baby Talks Dirty, which went to number 38. And the Knack never hit the top 40 again. What happened to the Knack? Well, a number of things. The group's second album, called But the Little Girls Understand, was critically panned and sold poorly. Then the Knack were attacked by feminists for the attitude toward women in their songs. And the pressure the band was under caused a lot of conflicts. The Knack's lead singer, Doug Fieger, said, "We basically couldn't stand looking at each other anymore. It had turned into a drag and a grind." Finally, after another unsuccessful album, the Knack disbanded. Today, Doug Fieger is busy putting together his first solo album, and the other three members of the Knack, Burton Avere, Prescott Niles, and Bruce Gary, have formed a new band called The Game. But let's go back for a moment to the summer of '79 and listen to an AT40 extra. The number one smash, My Sharona by the Knack.
My Sharona.
A number one smash from 1979, My Sharona by the Knack, an AT40 extra, as the countdown continues.
The hits, the hits, the hits from coast to coast.
We have a letter here from Mary Jenkins of Toledo, Ohio. And Mary wants to know whatever happened to the band who 6 years ago were hailed by fans and some critics as the new Beatles. Whatever happened to the Knack? In the summer of 1979, everywhere you went there was one song you were sure to hear. A song that was number one for 6 consecutive weeks that summer. The four members of the Knack were greeted in some circles with the same sort of excitement that greeted the Beatles many years before. And the Knack's first album, Get the Knack, was designed to look like the Beatles' first album, Meet the Beatles. But after hitting the top spot with My Sharona, the Knack ran out of steam. They had 2 more top 40 hits, and that was it for big singles. Their second album, called But the Little Girls Understand, sold over 500,000 copies, but got bad reviews. Then the feminists attacked the Knack for their attitude toward women in their songs, and the pressure created internal conflicts. In 1982, 3 years after they hit, the Knack broke up. Then 3 of the members, Burton Avere, Prescott Niles, and Bruce Gary, formed a new group called The Game. They toured for a while and then disbanded. And lead singer Doug Fieger put together a new band called Taking Chances, who tell us they're working on their first album. What do the members of the Knack think of the way their fame came and went? Well, Burton Avere says, "We hit the top so fast, there was always resentment toward us. It was a heart-rending experience. I don't think any of us would want to go through it again." End of quote. And that's our update on the band who gave us the number one song of the year 1979, My Sharona, the Knack. And the countdown continues.